Hello everybody, my name's Dan and this is Kaylynn, and we are with Crew, and we live in New Zealand, and we are working with Papua New Guinea. We work with all the Pacific Islands, but our main focus is the directing the ministry in Papua New Guinea. So we'll just share a little bit today of how God led us here. You go first.
After I graduated as a uni student, I had been involved in Crew on my campus, and I wanted to continue to disciple people, and so I applied to join the staff of Crew, and I went to their staff training. And while I was there, I read Psalm 144 verse 12, I believe, that says, "May our daughters be as corner pillars cut for the structure of a palace." And that picture captured me. I thought, yeah, that's what I want to do. I want to be involved in working with women and ground them in truth so that they're firm and strong in truth, and that the beauty of Jesus would be in them, and that no matter what culture they're in, even cultures that don't appreciate women much or tell them that they are second-class citizens or whatever, that they would know that they are daughters of the King. And I didn't have a specific place I wanted to serve God. I just knew that's the role I wanted. And then I met Dan and married him, and he had a very specific goal of where he wanted to go. So I carried on my role, married to him in the place that God put us.
Yeah, like Kaylynn, when I was a student at Penn State, we would pray every week and sometimes all night for the people of the world. And we'd go each country, and it really struck me that the Pacific Islands were quite isolated, and they didn't have resources that a lot of Christians in the U.S. or other places had. And so I also have been learning about hidden people who actually are separated from the gospel, from other cultures that have the gospel in them. And so I discovered that the Pacific Islands, mostly Melanesia, where a lot of hidden people were there. So I think that's why, I just felt in my heart that God wanted me to go to the Pacific Island. So I wasn't sure what to do. I joined the staff of Crew and went and met Kaylynn, and then at that time I was doing some training, and I just loved the training of others. So then I went into to get my teaching credentials and went overseas to Palau and taught in a high school mission school, and then from there moved on to where we actually have been serving for 30 years, focused on working for the believers in their country that they're in and helping them of all ages and all walks of life to learn to make disciples so that the gospel can go into every people group. And it's very satisfying. It's a huge, oh golly, huge task for Papua New Guinea, 839 cultures, and we're praying that God will bring, a gospel witness in every one of them. A lot of them have Christianity, but a lot of them, as we're finding on campus, the students don't understand the gospel. So that's where God led us. We didn't know. I did have more firm than Kaylynn, but we didn't really know how we were going to serve and where, but I had a direction, and I just kept moving that direction. I joined the staff of Crew. It took 7 years before we actually made it overseas the first time, and then it's probably another 6 years before we actually made it to the Melanesia, where we focused on the rest of our time. So anyway, that's God was leading us. It's just a desire to make disciples and say, okay, God, wherever you want me to go, I'll go. And it's a bit scary, and it took me a while to say that. I was praying for quite a while that, okay, God, make me want to be willing. And eventually He did make me willing, and I'm so satisfied. Look back at my life, I don't know about you, but for me, I never regretted that decision. It's been a wonderful adventure that everybody can join in, following where God's leading them and being available to Him.
And we just wanted to add in here too that we are so grateful for your supportive partnership with us through the years. How you've encouraged us and financed us and prayed for us and cheered us on. And we don't take that for granted. So thank you.
Yes, thank you very much. All right, we'll see you next year, hopefully.